Happy February, BC Kids Leaders. It's Pastor Sam here on week number 4 of February, and we're learning about kindness. We're gearing up for kindness in our generosity campaign throughout the entire church called First Things First, if you've been with us these last few weeks. And we are taking our part in teaching kids how to be generous with their kindness in all kinds of ways. This past week, they should have received a big sheet with 102 ways to figure out how to be kind to other people, others than themselves. And it's pretty exciting to be able to share with them and teach them about those things in their own way. And the verse especially I like this month, where it talks about putting on kindness like a set of clothes. They wear it every day. And that's something we all should be striving for, no matter how hard it is, and that's a really cool thing. So this week, as we've been doing every week, we've been giving something out to help remind them about kindness, and this week is no different. This week, though, is a little more important because we are asking them, each child, to make their own commitment for kindness, much like we as adults are making commitments to our First Things First giving initiative about generosity and how we want to further the gospel impact, not only at this church, in this community, but across the world in the places where we have connections and relationships. So we want to provide that for our kids and help them learn by example, by our example. So we, again, have given them that 102 kindness list, but we also this week will give them a commitment card. And I want to show you and go through with you how we will implement that this week. So this is an example of the commitment card for kids. You may have seen it in your room and had a chance to share with each child this week, but we're going to do that again this week. But this is what we're going to do on the up and coming Sunday with this card. So these kids will get these cards as they come into your classroom in your small group, and we would ask that you go ahead as they come in and fill these out with them. So in this card, this is actually a 2-part card, even though it's one booklet. It's actually 2 cards in one, and so there's about 12 examples of the 102, just to help a child if they haven't chosen or they need some help. Right up here, we would ask that you would help them fill out their first and last name, their age and grade on both cards. And then we'd ask that you would assist them in writing what they chose on how they're going to be kind in both spots. They can draw it as best they can, or we would prefer them to write it on there as well. But then at the bottom, it's a time commitment. How long are they going to be doing this? It's going to be a month, 6 months, 2 years. That's what we adults are committing to, and so we would ask that you would fill all that out. Then assist them in tearing or cutting right down the middle and letting them take one, and then there will be spots in your large group and possibly in the hallways and the front desk of where to drop these. We're going to have backpacks to go along with our theme, mountain backpacks and hiking backpacks, so that they could drop it in any one of those backpacks once they're finished. So again, if kids show up during large group or after large group, just be sure to make sure that every child gets a chance to fill one of these out, and then take their copy home and drop their other copy off in one of the backpacks, okay? If you have any questions about this, please reach out to us by email or text or call us, or see us first thing on Sunday morning, because this will be a big deal that we will get to celebrate the following Sunday on March 3rd. We're going to celebrate with some party snacks and maybe read off some of the commitments that the kids have made. It's going to be really exciting. Now, another thing I want to share with you is that we pride ourselves on safety and caring for our kids as best we can. We have some great security men and women upstairs during both hours. They keep a good watch on the hallways and the stairwells and just make sure everything's going smooth. You play a part in that as well. And the great thing is that we have never had a major emergency. However, we have to plan for those things. And so in the next few weeks, we will be re-recording our drills for fire drills, tornado drills, what we do in those things, and any lockdown situations. Now, prayerfully, we are hoping we never have to do any of those things, but we want to be prepared, right? And so at your classrooms this week, you might see this over the, we'll turn that, there we go. You might see this over your door lock hole where the door notch goes in the door. So this device, it's pretty simple, it's just a magnet, but it blocks that from locking the door. So as you come in to your classroom, you'll be able to, your door will be open, but it will be locked. And in the event of a lockdown or an emergency where you need to be in your room with your kids to be safe, you would just simply pull this up and close the door and it would lock. Let me show you exactly how that would work. So as I said before, this will be over the door lock mechanism, and you'll just slide it up and close the door, and you'll be able to slide it back down once you reopen the door. And so that's pretty simple. That's all it takes. And again, we are just doing some of these simple things to keep our kids safe. So if you have any questions about the kids' commitment card for this week or our safety procedures, always reach out to us and touch base with us. We'd be glad to go over them with you and help you work through those and make sure that you are, doing what needs to be done. Again, we thank you so much for your service. You are an amazing part of this team, and we could not do anything without you. And so thank you so much. We hope you have a great rest of the week, and we will see you this Sunday.